I gotta step around that water. Every time I do that, I keep slipping because there's mud in that water. I'm always slipping, falling. Can't get up. Yo, I'm slipping, falling. Got to get up. Get back on my feet so I can tear shit up. Slipping, falling. Can't get up. Yo, I'm slipping, falling. I can't get up. Yo, I'm slipping, falling. Got to get up. Get back on my feet so I can. It's a beautiful day. It's been raining the last few days. I love that, man. I've been praying for the rain. Let's see if we can get them little birds. I don't know what they are. Parrots, parakeet, like they're little, like really colorful birds like that. They're in this tree. They be down here too, but I don't see them down here right now. It's been lovely, and I'm knowing that this all this rain, you can just tell all this grass is gonna be green as green in a couple days. That's how I'm loving it. Going into Thanksgiving, it's gonna be nice and green and lush. Temperature's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be a beautiful Thanksgiving this year. So I wanna shout out the homie Joe Vasquez from Five of Kind Media for blessing me this morning. Man, I woke up to a blessing. That brother's a blessing. I've known Joe Vasquez. I know that brother Five Kind Media. I've known him since Simron. When I got to Simron '97. Matter of fact, Joe, Thanksgiving. I got there. Matter of fact, that week was Thanksgiving that I got there. So when I got to Simron in '97, it was that week of Thanksgiving that I got there. And I remember that day I got there because Joe was Sally's with my homie Conrad, and fucking me and my Sally is from Tucson. I can't remember his name. I can't remember where he's from, but my Sally was from Tucson, and so we all threw in on a spread and shit, and we broke bread. I'll never forget, bro. That's one thing about me. I just care to forget. I just care to forget all the bad shit was in my past. You know what I mean? And slowly but surely I do. You know what I mean? This is all helpful for me to come out here and do this. You know what I mean? For me to get out here. But I'm gonna tell you. So I've since. So if you're on the, I need to get a link on here from my Facebook channel so people can go on my Facebook profile, because the literature that's being composed is on my Facebook. I'm copy pasting on there, and like, so just overnight, right? We cracked the Da Vinci Code. You can go on my Facebook. Crack the Da Vinci Code. Right? We cracked the no bullshit. We cracked the Da Vinci Code, and it's up there. You can read it. Go on my Facebook. You can read it. It's public. You can see it. And my Facebook, listen, it's not hard to find. On nobody's news feed is my Facebook hard to find. Mine is the most brightest, most brilliant, most fucking beautiful goddamn Facebook profile you're gonna find on Facebook of every user on there. There is none that understands how that shit works like I do. So when you go, every post of mine is a picture. If it's not a meme that I'm sharing, or a live stream, or certain things that fit into place, if it's not that, it's a picture. It's a picture with a caption. You all, if anybody's out of Facebook, you know, you put a single picture, you put captions, you know how it looks. Mine are of altered Facebook logos. So I've altered the Facebook logo, and I put so it's the Facebook logo, and it's got like this real bright luminescent brain that's like leaning on it. What up, Joe? What's cracking? How to do trick shot? What it do? And Y'all saying right now, Joe. Tapping in, bro. I'm on my lunch, 12:45 p.m. Is it? Or you're on till 12:45? Yeah, I figure this is the thing about it is like, you know, consistency wise, and then coming out here at this time, this is a typical I would say news, a lunch break time for people. So that's how I do it too. But I mean, you know, I could get out earlier or whatever, but I just think this is a prime time to do it. You know what I mean? Joe, if I got me to, is it not raining? It's sprinkling. Right now, it's not. It was overnight. It was raining this morning, but there ain't none right now. It's not. It was raining last night. I was out here in the rain last night. But I know it's nice out here right now. It's real, real nice. It's starting to cool down though. Wipe or let it crust. So your evidence is on Facebook. Yeah, it's all on there. That's copy pasted. That's college literature. I got my name attached to David Sarnoff. If you don't know who David Sarnoff is, I got myself named in some multi-billion-dollar literature that's on my Facebook right now. With a dissertation that's complete but not complete. At any point, I can write a dissertation on what's there and then continue to add to it. So let me tell you where we're at today, because this morning, right now, it's running on there. I got to copy paste and put it on there. So I composed a complete timeline. What we did was, so to all the astrologers in the world, every astrologer, listen to me, every astrologer in the world who teaches at any Ivy League university in the world, I can prove every last one of them wrong right now. The Jews hold the secret to the day that we're living in. It's the age of Aquarius. Jesus was resurrected in the age of Pisces, which is the age in which he was born in. Not only was he born in the same age, but he was born in that day and died in the same age. Yee. You know what I mean? And so what I've done is, right, because I know that the Gregorian calendar, it throws everybody off. It throws everybody off. This is the grand delusion that everybody's in on. This is why everybody don't know their identity. This is the changing of the times and the laws of Moses. When he changed the times and the laws of Moses, he changed astrology. So if you go back to the 7 days of creation, right? If you go back to the 7 days of creation and you use the Jewish calendar and not the Gregorian calendar to count from the first Sabbath, the very first Sabbath, which is the day that man is actually starting, we don't begin life form on earth until the 7th day. Sundown Friday until sundown that Saturday. So if you count from there, knowing that Jesus, everybody agrees, about the Pisces and this being the age of Aquarius. So now when you count from that point to this point, I haven't read it yet, but I already know just off the rip that yeah. So we're gonna listen. That 6,000 years and that 2,000 year period, yes, right there. Right now, chapter 22, Revelations. I got it right now being printed up right now. Can't nobody, no theologian, no astrologer, not near motherfucker can disagree with, not even a psychologist can come and say, oh no, the spirits don't exist. I got a mathematical equation to prove that shit. You got life fucked up. Now I'm ready to swing swords with any motherfucking professor on earth. That's what I'm talking about over here on this channel. You want to talk economics? You want to what is it that you want to discuss now? Neo plugged into the Matrix. All you gotta do is ask. I had that answer for you tomorrow. I appreciate the stickers. Would you consider yourself I don't even know what that is. Joe, when Moses came down, came down the mountains with the tablets. She got mad. The people were worshiping golden calf, the age of Taurus. No. You're looking at it wrong. You're looking at it wrong. See, that's a theologian's perspective. You're going into the books that are wrong. The Jews have the books that are right. You see what I'm saying? So, okay, the timeline that I have to get, you have to understand that I have to get a specific timeline running from the seventh day, the first Sabbath, which is when Adam starts, until the end of Revelations. So in between these periods, you have to know certain things. One, you have to know when the flood was. Two, you have to know when the giving of the law was. Three, you have to know when the building of the temple was. Four, you have to know when the first destruction of the temple was. Five, you have to know that the final destruction of Solomon's temple was prophesied by Daniel and Yeshua during that age. And Jesus said when he caught back up with it and unsealed the prophecy of Daniel, he said that this generation shall not pass. And Nero, Caesar, in that generation destroyed the temple, has not been rebuilt yet. Israel was never a nation up until now. This unified nation, no, Israel could never conceivably be that way, never. The hatred that the Jews have for each other historically, going back to fucking Jacob, Israel having those 12 sons, no, they've been at war with each other. When you're reading this land went and raided that land and all this, those are Jewish people. That's the 12 tribes. There's never been this unified state in Israel like it is now. That's all evil. That's all utterly corrupt. That's that Jezebel shit. Listen, I put Trump in there. I put Trump's name in under the ark. Right? And you can read it on my Facebook. It doesn't describe anything other than the spirits within somebody. That's all it's identifying. It's not identifying Donald Trump as nothing more than a vessel. He like me. It don't speak to none of it. All it says is that in comparison to Pharaoh was this type of person. Yes, Donald Trump checks that one. Jezebel. Everything about Jezebel. Yup, Donald Trump checks that one. About fucking Nebuchadnezzar. Everything about Nebuchadnezzar. Yup, he checks off that one. Fucking King Herod. Everything about King Herod. Yup, checks that shit off. Constantine. Everything about Constantine. Yup, checks that shit off. Fucking Hitler. Everything about Hitler checks that up, but with a whoa. Because Adolf Hitler of all of them is distinctly different. Believe it or not. Adolf Hitler, according to the Ark, is the worst human being who's ever walked the earth. Well, at least that I put in there, that I know of. And so where Donald Trump is at, you can go read it. It's not, listen, bro, it is no biases, there's no prejudice, there's no none of that. It's all it is taking Donald Trump and putting him against the law of Moses, the blood of Jesus Christ, and the outcomes. That's it. It don't judge him for none of that shit. None of our biases, none of it. It's just strictly according to the law. And Donald Trump right now is at a woeful state where everything about him can be Adolf Hitler. So we know based on that right there that yes, what they're doing right now, that party, them people in there right now, that's exactly where they were headed, because that's what the policy states. Who Trump is, he's carrying the mantle of Project 2025, and that mantle right there is Adolf Hitler. That's where those things are similar to Trump, but he hasn't put anybody in ovens. He hasn't done those things at that scale in which Adolf Hitler did it. So, you know what I mean? The only thing that compares to Adolf Hitler is the Inquisitions, because the Inquisitions lasted for 350 years, which was prophesied by Daniel when he said that the saints would be persecuted for times and the divide of a time, which is 350 years. But see, you can't get you're going to get all kinds of different dates on all this shit, right? So the Pope, what like the Catholic Church has done is like, according to the record, They've extended the Inquisitions to continue on into the 1960s. Bro, there hasn't been no genocide like the fucking Inquisitions that late in history. You look at the time in which it begins with Martin Luther, when they start persecuting them, and when with the signing of the King James Bible, because that's the time frame in which those the persecutions are. That's the persecutions that's being spoken about. They literally had the blood of the saints flowing through the streets. And every Christian denomination comes out of that. Think about it. If every generation comes out of that, then where are we now? When we know that this is, like, listen, bro, this place has been colonized according to those denominations there in Rome when they came here. Them motherfuckers came here and stood claim to shit. And they had sense enough to purchase it, because it gives legal entitlement when you paid for something. They brought the laws over here. All they did was fix that shit in favor of the powers that be at that particular point. The only way we change that shit is to change the tax bracket, like the tax burden, like I said. You have to shift the tax burden. We have to get the burden off of our back, bro. We have to put the burden in front of us. Because if we put the burden in front of us, then we're working for it. We can see our work in front of us producing. So, like, if the burden is in front of us to produce, then yeah, you know what? Shit, I can go do this right here, and you're plugged in. Or considers precepts. Well, okay, hold on, no. You're presupposing that there is no God, right? Hold on, let's go back to this one. So you're presupposing that there is no God, correct? Because you must be an atheist. Let's talk to the atheist now. Because I got you in a trap. No, the formula actually has the spirit. No. What you don't understand in your question is that I actually have a mathematical formula in a dissertation that can prove that God is in man. Do you understand that? So no, I don't presuppose nothing. You do. I know for a matter of fact God's in me. I have a mathematical equation that no fucking scientist on earth can deny. No professional scientist in the field at any Ivy League university can deny the dissertation that proves that God is in this man, that God is in mankind. I prove that. What are you talking about? I don't presuppose a motherfucking thing. My faith is certain. You want to come out here with me? Listen. Just to prove a point, you can name somebody. I threaten their life. I threaten Donald Trump's life. I bet absolutely nothing happens. You know why? Because I repeated the cycle so many times. No, God is proof in the pudding right here, right now. You're looking and talking to him. There's no presupposing nothing. God is in me. What do you mean? You must be delusional to think otherwise, that there is no God. Or that you're going to turn to your pastor, your preacher, or somebody else and believe that that's their God. No. There's no two ways around this one. I face the law of Moses, stupid. I'm going to call you stupid for presupposing that I presuppose the motherfucking thing. I don't presuppose a motherfucking thing. Every pastor on earth wants to sit there and act like they got the Holy Ghost. Well, I got the mathematical formula to prove I got it. Do you, Mr. Pastor man, Mr. Pope man, any motherfucker that wants to call on Jesus on earth or that wants to call on any God on earth? I don't give a fuck what he is. You what? Louis Farrakhan, fuck you in your ass too. Now what? Fuck the Nation of Islam. Now what? Fuck every imam on earth. Now what? Every rabbi on earth. Now what? Because I got a mathematical formula to prove there's God in me. But not one of them motherfuckers can, because they're all fucking political ideologues. Facts. I got moderators on there allowing me to get spam. Why am I getting spam right now? Who is that? We got one, look. Bro, please tell me I got moderate. Joe, you ain't on there no more? Bro. Get a job. I got a job. I got paid today. What are you talking about? Get a job. I get paid to come out here every day. There you go, presupposing I ain't got a job. You sitting there presupposing I ain't got a job. Bro, don't let me see me get spammed again and I got moderators on there, homie. That was way too many times that shit ran past that screen. You're like this or what? Or did you turn away? If you tell me you turned away, I can get that, but like if you're just like looking at that screen going like, looking at me like, come on, dog, there's a whole bunch of motherfucking spamming. But it goes to show the truth, right? See, I come out here, dog. The devil's a lie. Drop my Addy, I'm at Los Olivos Park every day until the Sabbath. This is my job. I get paid to do this. What are you talking about? The Lord blesses me in kind. And you? Well, what's your job? Who you working for? Biatch? Huh? For the federal government? Because you got to pay all them taxes too. Biatch? Huh? Now what? You looking stupid having a job, motherfucker. If you ain't owning your own business, biatch, but then again, you're still under the same tax burden. So it don't matter if you're Jeff Bezos, motherfucker. You still getting fucked in your ass. The only difference between you and them is they write the laws that allow them to keep and cheat the government for their money. What the fuck you talking about? You know why? Because of the money that they get from stealing it from your tax dollars, from your hard working cash, they just turn around, take a cut of it, and pay them politicians to go recycle your stupid asses. Both left and right and center. That's all it is. They're all paid for by lobbyists. So your politicians, every motherfucker you believe, they're in support of a goddamn agenda. A goddamn corporation that bought them bitches out. So what? What are you talking about? Get a job for what? Listen, the doctor you're gonna go see is the biggest retard for working. You know why? Because everybody in the medical field works for absolutely no motherfucking money. That's socialism. Every doctor, nurse, everybody in the motherfucking healthcare industry is actually a house Negro. Because they're motherfucking tax dollars. The very fucking cut that goes straight into the motherfucking payroll tax. 100% of their check is recycled through the payroll fucking tax. And they get a cut of it. And none of them dumb motherfuckers understand how and why Obama fucked them. People look stupid. You're only gonna provoke yourself to learn something. Stupid, because I'm at Los Olivos Park. So if there's a death threat, bring it. Just shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you want to debate me, come over here. We'll sit on this park bench, do this shit live. You ain't got to be on there acting like a retard. Because all you're going to prove to people, everyone, is that you're childish. You're immature. You're sitting there watching a grown man that's on some real shit. Talking about some real shit, deep shit. Anybody that got any sense is into it. But you got somebody that got triggered all of a sudden, huh? Why? Because what I said totally fucking crushes what he believed. Or she believed. That's what happened. The weight of what I said was too much. It was crushing. The whole belief system of that individual just crumbled. And they got triggered. Everything that motherfucker believed about his identity, his fucking gender, his fucking everything. All of it. His whole life a lie. All of a sudden get triggered. Bitch, please. Ain't nothing changed about me. What's changed? Huh? Nothing. You know what's changed? Is the fact that not nobody can fucking label me nothing, because you can't label yourself no more. Because I got the receipts to prove that you ain't that stupid. Now that's what. All right, Joe, I appreciate you, bro. I'll send you a voice clip later when I'm done. I appreciate the love. Hey, give me a call, though. I tell you got my number, bro. You hit me at any time. Alexander, you too, bro. Hey, listen, Alexander, I be thinking about you all the time. The only thing is I'm so deep into these studies right now that you have to understand, bro, that's just deep. Now I'm gonna talk about this one on here because I posted it on Facebook. So I did a live, yeah. I was in the spirit. I couldn't, if you watched any of that shit from yesterday, 3 people see me, I was veiled. The Lord led me in the spirit to veil my face in the dark. 3 people seen that before it was deleted. I don't know who it was that seen that, but I'm going to tell you something. That was spoken to me, through me, to you, because you heard it. Listen, I had to delete that shit. I was telling Sato shit. I thought about sending it to him, but I was like, hell no. Nah. That wrath right there is something that, and right now, like I'm telling you, by the end of the day, I'm gonna be able to fucking have the whole astrological chart remapped. Watch. What everybody believes If you go look into the astrology, the way they got the whole fucking chart, stars mapped and charted and shit. Watch, I bet you. I'm almost certain that there's going to be some kind of shift in it, because the way that everybody today has believed it to be is according to the Gregorian calendar. So even going back in time, they're off of a wrong reference. They're starting at Christ being 0. You got to go. The only way you can know where we're at in this day and age, in truth, is according to the Hebrew calendar. You can't know it any other way. So yeah, by the end of the day, we're gonna have that too. Alexander was good. Then where you at? Hold on, where was that? Agnes, I can't. Ondi Prism. I got you though. I appreciate you. Know thyself. Amen. Listen. That's the key to it. A lot of people don't understand is know thyself first. Listen, there is no way anyone can take an introspective journey. You look within yourself. The first thing you run into when you look within yourself and knowing yourself is that you don't belong to a group. That's groupthink. That's that fucking being on television, that rote scheduled programming. That's all this shit is, bro. Everybody's on a rote scheduled programming. This motherfucker's talking about work. Well, if you're working, I know exactly where you'll be at, right? So if I wanted to fuck you off, I know exactly where you're going to be at, right? Cool. I'm with it. You know exactly where I'm going to be at, so you can do the same, right? Huh? Cool. I'm with it. So a lot of this petty ass shit on here on YouTube, period, doesn't need to be. So like, listen, if you're so sensitive as a human being that you get triggered and you jump in people's comments because they say something you can't handle, then you can't handle YouTube. You got to get on the Kids app on YouTube. You got to stay off of this shit right here. Because if you're that sensitive, right, like, no, you are. Even if you're playing around, joking, shit like that, you're too immature to be on my channel. I don't upload video for kids. If you come on here and you spam me, that's childish. Because I stuck my finger in your butt because you got in the way, or what? Is that what happened? I made you feel a type of way? Culito. Oh, man, I didn't say, why you take my butt? That's for the big homie, not for you. Get mad and shit. Getting all. That's for the big homie, dog. Fuck. It should be too fun, huh? Alexander, they probably need a vent. Yeah, these motherfuckers are super extra sensitive. I'm gonna tell you what they do. They need some of that diaper rash shit. Desitin. You know they got that 2-for-1 shit right now over there at Walgreens, right? For all you sensitive ass motherfuckers, that butt hurt cream. They got that super extra Superman strength butt hurt cream right now at that Walgreens 2-for-1. Gonna get you some extra strength butt hurt cream. You know what I mean? You gotta rub it in extra. You gotta have a big homie rub it in extra. You know what I mean? But yeah, your sore little butt cheeks, they won't be so butt sore no more. They got that cream for you, boy. I'm telling you, had a big homie rub them in the cheeks. If he start going to the crack, homie, you know he on that thing, man. You gotta jump back though. That sound like some penitentiary talk, huh? Let me get up out the gutter. I mean, let me leave them rats over there in the gutter. I ain't trying to talk about that one. Let's talk about the U.S. government. No, let's talk about I can't even joke about this shit no more. These fools are so far behind. I can't even see them in front of me to joke no more. I don't even know what's going on in the universe. But I'm almost 100% certain they're still talking shit about each other. They still in the glass house throwing stones. Hey, how about all you motherfuckers just go fight already? Hey, you know you guys can get mega paid, right? You guys can get mega paid if you guys just all set up a boxing match for everybody to go in there. Come on, you guys know ain't nothing gonna happen. Quit acting scared, dog. Ain't nothing going down. Or bring all your people. You know what I mean? Whatever makes you feel comfortable. I don't know. I'm just saying, man up already. You know what I mean? Like, don't be on TV talking shit about people if you're not gonna go over there. Don't even say nothing about them. You know what I mean? Don't say nothing about me if you ain't gonna come see me, because I'm live. It's the same with them. Don't say nothing about nobody. Don't react to what they're doing. What gives you a right to go react to them? And if you're gonna be critical and you're gonna say something negative, why don't you go take it to their face? Don't be a comadre behind a screen and be like, hey, I don't like that motherfucker. You know? Because, I mean, you know, there'd be a whole bunch of people that just really be in the same state. They ain't really all that far from each other like they think. That's just really an excuse. Like, I'm 5 hours away from Los Angeles, you know what I mean? Like, on some real shit, like, it ain't nothing to get there if I really wanted to. But I don't really want, that's what I'm saying. They don't really want, they ain't really trying to go the extra mile. That's the whole fucking point. So why are you sitting there trying to criticize somebody else? Wes Watson? Wes Watson, why you always be doing that shit to people, dog? Every day I gotta see Wes Watson. Every day it's about the same shit, dude. It's all about Wes Watson. I know, Wes, you're fucking on hubs, dog. You're all that. You been to the pen, you was calling the shots. You was all that, dog. They was fucking with you and Mooty Woo and you know so-and-so. Like, all of these dudes don't realize that their whole fucking get down on YouTube is Wes Watson. It's their own version of Wes Watson. You ain't doing nothing but hyping yourself up in the same situation, stupid. He just got more money than the rest of you motherfuckers. Shout out Wes Watson. Let's see if I can get, I'm going to hashtag Wes Watson on my shit now. First one, Wes Watson. Let's see if I can get some streams going by just hashtagging Wes Watson. Shout out to Wes Watson. Quit beating on them girls. I told you, boy, too. Wes Watson, because you can come see me, motherfucker. You got Maseratis, Lamborghinis. You got private jets and baguettes and bitches and shit like that. You ain't got no excuse not to come see me. Yeah, I know I'm poor, broke, and all. I ain't worth it. I ain't going to be on your radar, bitch, then shut up. You ain't on nobody's radar either, motherfucker, if you ain't gonna show up, ho. So fuck you, Wes Watson. Shout out Wes Watson. Shout out Wes Watson. No, shout out to all the Wes Watsons out there. The Wes Watsones on the YouTube streets, on the YouTube yard, getting it in like big OG Wes Watson. OG, double OG, triple OG, quadruple OG Wes Watson. Shout out. That's to all of them in that genre. The Wes Watsones. They call the YouTube streets and the YouTube yard of the Wes Watsones now. Los Wes Watsones. ¿Dónde eres los Wes Watson? I'm fucking with you, man. My point is just, you know, you can do better with your time and your space than that. I mean, you know, you're sitting there, listen. I'm going to tell you to get down. They're sitting there, they ain't got to, they got a 1 mile radius. They're so chicken shit that they got a 1 mile radius. You know what I'm saying? They don't travel far from their motherfucking cribs. You know they don't. They don't get out, they don't stretch their legs. You know what I mean? You can tell which ones are actually getting out, getting in the gym. You know what I'm saying? So the rest of them, what is it about? They sit there, right? They watching everybody else's shit, so they plotting on you. Think about it. This is a true story. If they make a reaction video, then they sat there and stalked, right? Tell me I'm wrong if somebody reacts to somebody, you weren't stalking their video. You're a liar if you say no, because I did it too. I know what reacting to somebody is. I know what waiting for that moment is. I know watching that video and finding that one part and then hitting it with it. Yeah, it's a game that we play. So what are you proving though? Like, has anybody been X'd out yet? Huh? Anybody stop yet? I mean, listen, if Three Finger Whack ain't gonna stop in that shit, and everybody know what he really a fed and all this shit, like if it don't stop, dog, like these dudes that were once all this big shit coming out here telling all their business and ratting now, like thinking they're so influential as people that they can come out in public and tell all these details, all this snitching, and call it something else now. Now, I'm just telling my truth now. Nah, you snitching now, stupid. Shut up. Inquiring minds want to know. I know, I get it. Everybody want to know what happened to Tupac, but goddamn, I'm not going to sit there and watch that shit no more. I don't give a fuck if Keefe D gets out. I don't give a fuck if he dies. I don't give a fuck. I don't give no fucks, nothing else about it. I learned enough about the case to know. Let it go, move on, get on, you know what I mean? Rest in peace, Tupac. These motherfuckers want to still be swinging on dicks and nuts and shit. Get Tupac's dick out of your motherfucking mouth already. You know what I'm saying? You motherfuckers still swinging on Tupac's dick out there, man. Get Tupac's dick out of your motherfucking mouth, man. Let the homie rest in peace. The rest of these clowns, like, what you trying to prove? You trying to prove you hard? So you gonna catch that hot one, go die in prison? That sounds cool. Oh yeah, go get yours, dog. Matter of fact, get the whole family when you go. Don't just stop at that motherfucker, dog. Why you gonna stop at that? Listen, bro, if you gonna go kill that motherfucker, don't stop at him. Don't stop at him. Like, you go get all of them, dog. Just lay them all down, dog, and then go die for it. Don't go out like that, dog. Like, that's sissified, going clutching guns and shit, riding around like, why you doing that? Bro, we wear our shit. Motherfuckers out here wear their shit on their hip. Motherfuckers out here wear their shit on their hip. Motherfuckers be having their shit right there, AK-47 in the passenger seat. You do that out there? Huh? Is that how you guys get down out there? We not the same, homie, so don't compare yours to ours. Don't ever do that again. You're all that, yeah, okay, we get it. You got mainstream. You got mainstream publicity based on motherfucking Eazy-E sucking off Jerry Haller. Now what? Eazy-E sucking Jerry Haller's dick and you think that what? On Compton Crips and shit? Them too, motherfucker. On Piru. Them too, mobbing up, motherfucker. We already know, we heard the stories, but the best of them, right? Bunch of scumbags, bunch of fucking degenerates, fucking dick suckers, drinking piss and shitting on each other in the studios and shit. Like, come on, dog. That's gangster? That's what your gangster came to? Now you're just gonna air it out. Well, at least you're confessing your sins. Now turn to the law and repent. Motherfucker still talking shit. Should die already, you old motherfucker. I'm gonna hashtag all these motherfuckers up, dog. That's what I'm gonna start doing in my life, hashtagging these. Yo, the fuck, I just got here. What's cracking? Thank you. Alexander, he claimed he was AB. Oh, hold on, let me see. I messed around because it cut off for me, but basically we can both presuppose identity. No, we can't presuppose identity. You're dumb. Dude, how do you... listen, how stupid can you be? Like, do you not understand that what you said contradicts your dumbass self? Dude, I 100% disagree with the fuck you said. You said identical? You know what identical twins look like? That means like identical twins? You want to presuppose that what I said is identical to what you said? There's no I don't presuppose nothing. Matter of fact, I said, are you so certain about your faith that you can present to me a mathematical formula that proves that God's in you? You can't. I just told you I have a mathematical equation that can prove that God's in me. So no scientist in the world can deny it. Do you like that? I know that's not registering in your head. I know that like most people watching will never even get that, dude. They'll never get it. Because you know what? They're so full of themselves. This person thinks that this person's gonna lead me in. Like, no, you're just gonna get your head kicked in coming in there talking stupid shit like that. I told you I have a mathematical formula to prove that God's in me right now, speaking to your dumb ass. Correcting you, rebuking you. And you presuppose what? That our thought process was identical? How? At what point was any of our thought processes identical? You presuppose that you knew something that I didn't know. That's what the problem is. Did you not? Were you not under the assumption, the presumption that when you interjected yourself that you thought you knew something that I didn't? In your dumbass debate, because now you got me debating with a dumbass question? You're dumb. Face the facts. You don't know who the fuck you are. You're dumb. You don't have no faith. The fact that you would even say that as a matter of, as a presupposition of your fucking ignorance, It presupposes that you got a dumbass question. You started with a fucking dumbass foundation. Now what is it? Trick question, right? So what the fuck was what was the point of your trick question? Because there we get to the essence of who you are. What were you tripped up on? Because it wasn't about no goddamn faith. You see that loogie right there? That's what. Yeah, get on my nerves. Get on my nerves right next to me. Get on my nerves right next to me. You expect that. Or kill me. That's it. It's your only option. That's it. But if you put your hands on me, kill me. Or that's it. That's it. One way or another, that's it. It's over. You come here, it's over. It's dead. Done. You're done. That's it. Life over. It don't matter if I go too. Don't matter. You're done. So come. You see, that's the difference between me and you as a matter of faith. Would you put your social security number out in public? No, you won't. I did. So now what? Who do you think you're talking to, first off? You went and got triggered by your own disbelief. Something I said triggered you in your head to disbelief because you went and called something I said into question. So that's for you to find out, not me. I'm gonna repeat this again. I got a mathematical formula, and with the solution. The solution's on. Oh yeah, never mind the formula. I got the solution. That's what I forgot to be spelled out here. I got the solution to the formula. Yeah, and it's a simple letter that's written by God Himself. So yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I just called out every imam, every pastor, every preacher, all of them, every astrologer, all of them. I called them all to the table. So you think from where you sit, you are that person. After I just flipped the rainbow, I turned the entire rainbow into a royal color based on the fact that I understand something that nobody does about the rainbow. The core essence of all rainbows is amethyst, which is the day we're living in, Aquarius. At the core of amethyst, because if you look at the rainbow, if you do the rainbow, you get to violet and you ask for purple, guess what happens? Purple splits into two. You know what color amethyst is? Those two colors, plus all colors in the rainbow with purpuree at its essence, at its core. So every color in the rainbow is in there. I knew that. So when I got to that and that split, guess what I did? I turned the rainbow back around into all royal colors. Nobody's done it. I got the actual fucking trademark to those colors, royal, with amethyst. Amethyst being the crown amethyst on top of the fucking rainbow. What are you talking about? I put a bow over the rainbow. I took the rainbow purple here like that and flipped it over on itself. Because I understand something about that colors that you don't. Black and white are not colors. So if you're calling yourself that, you're not even a human being no more in my eyes. There's no human being on earth black. They ain't even colors. Nor are they white. They ain't even colors. Keep adding black to black, what happens? What happens when you keep adding black to black? It becomes absolute. It absorbs light. There is no light in it. You can't even fathom it. Look up Fanta Black and tell me if you can actually look at that for long. That's the darkest of blacks that has ever been that's on earth. It's called Fanta Black. Look it up. And you tell me there's a human being on earth that's that color. And that color only gets even worse. It gets even like, you can't look at it so long without it just like it'll fuck you up. The same thing with white. The same fucking thing with white. What happens, the more white that's added to white, you cannot fucking look at it. Everybody knows that. So there's human beings on earth that are that color? Is there really? So now let's tell me, let's try to get a guess of the American population right now who believes themselves, if I ask them, what race are you, you're going to say black or white. It's going to be one of those references. Now think about it. I just proved that every person on earth that considers themselves black or white, that they ain't that. So you want to argue with me about what? Race? You want the etymology of the word race? I'll tell you exactly when and where it was designed. who called who, what, and why that came into play? You want me to explain that slur to you? Because race doesn't have its origins in that definition. That's number two. The original is of horse racing. You see, so they looked at it as stock. So when the hierarchy decided to add a second definition to race, yeah, they thought of you as black, white, and other. But it was way over there when they were actually forming colonial Europe. And they carried it all the way over here with their fucking Christian denominations that come out of the Inquisitions. Because it's at the time of the Inquisitions, it's the end of the Inquisitions that they get here. And they come here by colonies and by denominations, and to this day, they own most of this fucking land. So, what up, Vic Choppy? What up, Vic? What's cracking? What it do? Where we at? Call the backup. Easiest ways to get the pre-subs all worked up. Just tell them we don't do it. And that's like, hey, I was pointing people to the law of Moses. Thou shalt and thou shalt not. Can't nobody escape that. What do you? I got the stones. I'll throw some rocks at your ass. Bring your guns. I got the law of Moses. Let's see. You know what I mean? God said thou shalt and thou shalt not. Okay, so now that we're at that point, let me explain to you how easy it is. We burden ourselves with our sin. God doesn't care about your sin. He doesn't. God wants us, listen, start with this, as gently as it is. First acknowledge that all of mankind, that we come into existence on the Sabbath, on the 7th day, so rest. Even if you're working, just continue. Just acknowledge God on that day. Friday at sundown till Saturday at sundown, just whatever. Start with that fundamentally and you're forgiven. If you can acknowledge God on the day of rest, starting with that, he'll refresh you. He'll get your mind right. Promise you. And then what you're going to look at, you're not going to look at what thou shalt not do because you're already doing it. It's already done. So just look at what God said thou shalt do. That's what you're entitled to. See, and when God says on the 7th day you rest, no Supreme Court in the United States can prevent every American from taking the same days off. Which you know what else we would do? Daylight savings times would be fucked off. They'd have to get rid of that too. So we totally changed the whole fucking corporate structure. Now they have to turn around and renegotiate with us because you know what? We all just stood still and said, you know what? Nah, all of us want this day off. Everybody just going to HR at the same time, ask for the Sabbath off on God. It don't matter if you believe or not, just do it. Start there, and like I said, look to what the Lord said thou shalt do. I'm following after what he said I should do, not what I shouldn't do. I'm looking at what I should do. 2 stones broken in half. I'm following what I should do, not what I should not do. I don't kill people. I don't steal. I don't covet. Why would I constantly be looking at that shit, banging my head like them Jews, dumbass motherfuckers on the wall? God said I can do what I'm doing. Until God strikes me down on it, then shit, look, I got a clear ass path every day. If you watch me long enough, you know I've never had fucking, you know what I'm saying, like a straight path. Man, if you watch me long enough, you know that's what I've been praying for. A straight path to go work out every day, get a consistent stream on here live where every day, you know you can count. I'm gonna be here around noon. So if you ain't available right now, whatever, you catch it later, you catch tomorrow, whatever, you catch up. And then everybody got the opportunity to grow with the channel from here based on these lives, because then I'll start getting into doing shorts and some longs and, you know what I mean, getting into that again. But, you know, when I stop to do a long, I'm going to give a lot of studio consideration to that this time. I ain't going to pull on my car and fucking, nah. So when content starts coming through in long form, take note of it. Take note of the thumbnail, take note of the title, because that's going to say it all. I don't clickbait shit, dude. What is the title on this live? What is the thumbnail on this live? What we've been talking about on this live? I can run that thumbnail. I don't need to change it till I see another rainbow. That's right here. Why would I do that? God put a rainbow right here. You really think that I'm concerned about any evil touching me? Any evil in this world? No. Because this is where God has me at preaching to you. So that you don't got to turn to them no more. You just have to accept your error of your way. That's all. Like I said, turn and go look at what God said you do. If you ain't doing what God said you should be doing right now, then you sinning. You're doing the opposite of what he said do. It's like your mom said come home at 12 o'clock midnight, motherfucker. You don't show up at 12:30 and think that shit's cool. No. Because if you show up after that time, it says that your ass is gonna be locked out. People still dealing with these curses and thinking that no, you ain't got Jesus, dude. You really don't. Nah, I'm gonna take that back. Let me stop lying. That's a lie. I said a lie, dog. I said the devil's lie. I rebuke myself in that because the devil's too, dog. Listen. No, everybody, listen. It's a known fact that everybody falls into that arc. And I know that everybody watching me, if you're gonna watch me, you're good. You fall into the good side. I promise you, you do. There's people that their histories, like the inventor of the television, he was involved in all of that shit. He was a brigadier general. But the more I delved into his history, I connected with him spiritually. I was touched. And I learned the truth, and it's been coming out. It's been, listen, I've searched for that brain in the pinky like everybody else. I've been a conspiracy theorist like everybody else, bro. Like everybody else. Conspiracy theory, one of my favorite. What was it? Is it Conspiracy Theory? When that movie, I forget. And then Enemy of the State. Nah, I'm intrigued by shit like that, dog. I live that life in real life. I dealt with signals, encryptions, and shit like that. You know what I mean? I've crossed that border. I've ghosted across that border. I'm gonna confess right now. It don't matter. Because it ain't, listen, homies are gonna laugh. They don't care. People here most ain't gonna believe. But listen, the people who have control of the tunnels across the border, the U.S.-Mexico border that have absolute control, that was my work there back then. There's a key piece to that that's missing though. That complete takeover from that side to this side is on me. They cannot complete the takeover without having me on this side. Listen, if I wanted to, I can cross underneath the tunnels right now. That's my work over there. Ultimately, that's my work. Forcing Chino out, forcing Cholo Ivan out. It didn't matter if they were killed. That was never the point. Not from my perspective. Because I'm providing intelligence. Listen. When that meeting happened, when Chapo called that meeting over there in Rocky Point to stop those hits, he got Milo and all them over there. They were already on him. They were maybe 2 hours out off of Chapo. That's how close they were to catching him. And he zips out over there, and that's what put the Marines on Macho Preto. And as soon as the word came through, my first impulse was, hell no, dog. Chapo's trying to set him up. Chapo's trying to set everybody up. Fuck that. We gotta go, homie. Don't matter. What a lot of people don't know is that whole fucking thing was taped. I know for a fact that meeting with all of them bosses at the time, which was weeks before Macho Preto disappeared. He didn't get assassinated, he disappeared. Nobody knows where he's at. I know who got control of the tunnels, though. I know who's always been in Rocky Point, though. I know who ain't there, no, but they can't find no. I have a higher purpose in life. I'm here of a divine order. I'm destined to do what I do. This is my life. This is just a true story. Listen, I just little by little open up the curtain and reveal more of what was happening to people at the time. Because there's only so much, one, there's only so much that I can get out at one point anyway, but two, how you gonna digest everything I seen? You can't. Listen. Listen. You scare yourself to death going on YouTube and looking for the most gruesome shit to watch. It's a fact that people gravitate towards that shit. You sit there watching serial killers, you're all intrigued, all this shit. You know how far away from that reality you are, in fact, even in your mind, no matter how it makes you feel? You know how far away from that reality you are. You know how close I've been to that reality? Have you ever smelled human flesh burning? I worked in the burn unit. I worked burn unit over that at the county hospital when they first built that burn unit at the county. Well, the other building. That was actually the well-renowned fucking burn unit. But that was just my time at the burn unit. Kind of tempered me what was going to happen later on. You know what I mean? The stench of it is one thing. I can't That's the one thing that gets to me. The screaming. It's like what? It's like listening to little devils and demons going away. Dancing in the fire. That's it. It ain't human. It's not human. There's no humanity in the cartel industry. When you're talking about the dope game, cocaine, and all that other shit, there's no humanity in it. That shit gets dissolved into fucking vats. And pendejos over here, they're nothing but harlots, little whores selling dope for those dudes. It don't matter how much money you make on this side, you can't even run up them numbers on that end. Dude, you paying all that shit for, you know how much, you know what the profit margin is between you and them at market rate? What did the Lord of the Sky say? The Lord of the Sky said, I send 20 loads. I can send 20 loads. They can get 19 of them. All I need to do is get one across that's 100% profit. Think about it. What risk is there? They're taking a risk on this side. And for what? To destroy their own communities, huh? Let's talk about that one now. Let's talk about how all these dudes on the YouTube, you know what I mean, they're promoting gang violence and drug addiction and all this other shit. They're hyping it up. Ain't that what they're doing? If you go on any YouTube channel that talks about gangs, what is it about? Is it about saving the community? Is it any positive reflection of the community? Nothing good, right? They're just searching for that next fucked up shit to happen, right? See which homie's gonna crash out next. That's all they're waiting for, right? And they're provoking each other to do it. They're all listen, every last one that reacts does so with the hope of fucking destroying the other person. That's why they're pushing each other's buttons like that. And what does it say about the community when that's all you got to reflect on? Yeah, it's fucked up. Your mother smokes dope. Your daddy's on heroin in prison, taking it in his ass. You was going to see him. Nobody, you was raised by your grandmother. You know what I mean? You came fucked up too. What's so glorious? What makes any one of us exceptional for that stupid shit? Huh? What makes Cody Monster's story any more than fucking anyone else? It don't. It's just a fucking cog in the wheel. A bunch of idiocy. A bunch of idiots that, what is it worth? What does it give back to the community to sit there and highlight the worst of your community? What does it give back to it? Absolutely nothing. We know this for a fact. But it gives you an abundance, right? We all know that you get paid handsomely on here, right? You get caked up and shit. So we all know that, right? So what is it really about? Is it about you getting money or is it about trying to do some good? We know it's not about doing good because you're not doing no good. You cannot say you're doing good when you produce no good, not even in your own life. Listen, material gains don't mean that you're doing good. I tell you, it's clear demonstration that I'm doing good is every day I have the consistency to be able to come do this every day. What do I do every day? I coming out here, working out, you know what I'm saying? Having a live stream, talking to everybody, preaching, teaching, you know what I'm saying? interacting with people in the community. I'm out in the community. I got blessed by the couple of Red Devil over my shoulder shouting me out. Red Devil's man, that place been there longer than I've been alive. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm starting to get, I got a jewel today. I got a jewel today, and yesterday I got blessed. And like, I ain't been seeing nothing like that on my channel. You know what I mean? I never seen nothing. I haven't, that's the blessings that are coming to me just coming out here. Yeah, I had to get enough away from those children before I start talking again. Cause you can see there was a bunch of them, line of them. I don't want to show them. All middle-aged kids. I guess there's a school around here somewhere, cause I've seen or whatever's going on. I think somewhere around there's probably a school. But yeah, I didn't want to interrupt them. You see it come by, they're all in their little groove. And contrary to popular belief, I do have respect, man. I don't respect the shit that you hear me fucking, you know what I mean, calling out for what it is. Of course I don't respect that. Because I respect the life of those children. That's why. Because their lives matter most. Children's lives matter most. That's it. No other life on earth matters most than children. That's it. Children's life matters most. If you can't see a child in yourself, then your life don't matter. We know black lives don't matter. We know white lives don't matter. We know our lives don't matter, but the children's lives matter. That's for all the children in us. Huh? When are the children's lives gonna matter? Who gives a fuck about a black life? You know what I'm saying? If we got rid of all the black lives and all the white lives and all those other fucking lives, and we just focus on the children's life, then we can redo this all again, huh? We can do it right for those of us who have sense enough, right? That we're not so selfish and self-centered that it's all about us, huh? About my ideology and my beliefs and my fucking religion and my faith and all that other shit, huh? Not about the children, huh? It's not about the fatherless or the widows, huh? You see, because when I see children walking past like that, I got to consider that one of them may be fatherless, like myself. You know what I'm saying? And is a seed of a widow. I got to give consideration to that, because pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father is this: to visit the fatherless and the widows in their affliction and to keep himself unspotted from the world. Now, I'm not a pastor, right? I'm not a pastor, right? By title, I'm not pastor, right? Pastors are them dudes that be in them churches, right? So we know where pastors are. They're in this world. There's a whole host of them. We can look up online pastors, Google. We can get addresses to pastors. They have stable homes. How you gonna shepherd a flock that's moving? You gotta move the flock. It shows the greedy heart of all of them. They're gonna sit there and hand you out a basket, give you a sob-ass story about where they come from, because that's all it amounts to. Every preacher on earth. That's the testimony, that's the truth. They lying. The rest of that shit is mysticism, double-tongued, slick-talking motherfuckers. That's all it is. We all know it's true. We all know there ain't nothing more than fucking charismatics. That ain't nothing but a cult of personality. That ain't nothing but groupthink. That's all churches are instituted. But what about the children? In fact, Vic, I remember Alexander. This homie is why I was able to turn my life around, Daniel. Appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is about. So, you know, when people come on there trolling, I don't care, because you know what? They're going to get turned around too. They fucked up. They came here. Listen, those people that are triggered to do that, those ones I hit the most. Those are the ones who really cannot escape it. If I triggered you that bad to react like that, you're never going to forget me. You just molested yourself trying to molest me. That's all that happened. That's all that happens when people do that. Because it's the same bad habits, right? And listen, it could be somebody that never seen me before, but it's just their mania, it's just their habits. That's what they do to everybody on there. So it's something new. It's another one. Oh, let me see this one. At some point, it gets like that. And it's always something that hits the heart. Because I can keep people coming back and forth right here. I can get the numbers up and down, up and down, up and down, just staying going. I'm over an hour. I'm about to cut it. You see what I'm saying? Like, because I'm out here for my workout. I'm not out here for YouTube per se. You know, this gives me two birds with one stone, because while I'm working out, I'm talking, so my heart's running. It's requiring more oxygen. It's filling my lungs even more. So it's beneficial to me to be talking and walking, because I'm taking in more air. I'm actually forcing more air into my lungs by doing that. Then I got to take deeper breaths. Come on. Science. That's what we're doing out here. Science. We're rebuilding ourselves. We're recovering ourselves. We're restoring ourselves. We're regenerating ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We're revitalizing ourselves. This is what we're doing here. We got a purpose over here. You may not agree with it, but I tell you what, if you disagree with it, that's where you're done. Because like I said, that disagreement is where you go chasing after yourself. You're either going to go back to those same teachers, believing them fools and believing the lies right in front of your eyes, or you're going to accept the truth for what it is. But I ain't going to stop, because I don't even know who it is. It's over 8 billion people in this world. You know what I mean? Like, you can only stop my attention so far as you say something that's going to trigger me to fucking make an example of you. That's it. That's what people don't get. They think that by triggering me, they're accomplishing the same thing that they do with other people. They don't. Because they end up getting roasted. It's a fact. Everybody knows that from experience. And listen, that I've been trolled by every fucking content creator, well, at least Chicano-wise, in the prison genre. I've had them all troll me. Think about it. While they're running up the numbers and feeling so important about themselves, I had them all trolling me, and I never did it to none of them. Because it's about boys and it's about men. You know what I'm saying? It's about boys and it's about men. Boys you can find in crowds. Men, you don't find us like that. We don't do that. It don't matter what we're doing. We ain't doing with a whole bunch of people. Not if they don't mean that much to us. We ain't doing it. Not no real man. Real man got submission for himself first. The real man knows that by building himself up and doing what's best for him and living his best life and being the best that he can be, that's the greatest asset to his community. I don't know about the rest of them. I know they're out for self. They're only in it for the money. They'll go on that motherfucker and tell you anything. Listen, they already know that you're caught up in impressions, so they change the hat, they change the background, change a little bit something up. They twerk a little bit, enough. It's a different song, different dance, but within the same fucking genre. So what ends up happening, we get back to Wes Watson. And then when one fool wants attention, they'll go out there and say some shit that's just off the cuff. And it'll be, they touch those lines that they know are most sensitive. And it cuts both ways, because it'll be black or it'll be brown. And tell me I'm lying after 7 years of watching this shit. This is what we're seeing. Listen, I don't care what their content's about. They're not talking about nothing. Those dudes are not smart. They're not intelligent. You know what I mean? They don't know how to play connect the dots. You know what I mean? Like, everything they come up with is illogical. It don't make no sense because they know they got the audience sold on them being some guru. They've already accepted this. They accepted his lies to be true, so it don't matter. And that's the ones that are, the little minions that go out there and they do what they do in this bullshit and fuck people's live streams up because they can't handle the truth. Them motherfuckers can't handle the truth. Somebody tell me, has anybody watched any of those dudes in the prison genre? I ain't saying no names, dude. You been watching? Anybody caught up? Can anybody catch me up on what's going on the YouTube? Yada. Like, it used to be so exciting, right? Everybody was jumping on the YouTube, yada, see what's going on. Oh, hey, they're getting down on the YouTube, yada, right now. Oh, yeah, they're going to fucking throw blows, that's it. As if it was really in the chow hall. As if we're really at Folsom and Quentin right now and shit. Oh, on the YouTube, yada. And they're really that excited as if it's really that. No, it's not that. It's a game that you're playing behind fucking computer screens. And you know you're scared. I can prove that you're scared because you won't come outside. Tell me I'm wrong. I've called them all out. I called their cucuys out of their names. Live, doing it. Still doing it. What happened? Didn't one of them have a title and thumbnail and shit that I signed my death warrant? I signed my death warrant years ago, didn't I, with them? What happened? Everything I said was true, was right, huh? About all of it, huh? All these years later, we come to find out that everything that I said about all of them was true, huh? See, that's why I hear it's done. It's no more. That's what people it's delusional to even talk about it. It don't exist. It's none. There's no. You see what I'm saying? There's nobody coming from nowhere. There's no link ups. There's no this. There's none. No, it doesn't exist. It'll never do that. No. What people on the YouTube yard that are watching this shit don't understand is we live here. We decide how it goes down here. No one else does. Those of us that are out here on these streets like that, like me doing what I do, we decide who gets to come here and do anything on these streets. No one else does. Especially if you're from out of state. You're sucking dick over here, fool. The streets run these streets, homie. No clicas run these streets, homie. The streets run these streets. So don't ever ask that. Don't ever think that again. Not as far as Arizona's concerned. It's no more. You know what I mean? So if fools are thinking that, there's some Transformer and it's this Optimus Prime, we're coming together, shit, no. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go back to what Kilroy said. I'm going to put the dagger in their heart right now. I'm going to go back to Kilroy. Watch Kilroy's interview with Street TV, Alex Alonso. Shout out to Alex. Watch him. He makes a statement in one of them where he believed that there was a mole in the Mexican mafia right now still working with the feds because he knows about MK Ultra. He knew about MK Ultra. But from what I could tell about Kilroy, whatever mind games they played, they couldn't fuck with Kilroy. That dude was determined like El Gato. Go ask about El Gato from Eloy Soto. Yeah, you guys really know something out there. You guys really know. Let me see if you can find out who El Gato is. Because that's the coldest one out there ever. Go ask Peg Leg about him. Go ask Cheyenne about him. Go ask Kilroy about him. Huh? Seriously. Go ask anybody from Mariana Maravilla. They know who El Gato is. Yeah, there's a lot of shit a lot of people don't know about. A lot of that shit. You fools been played by puppet masters that have been playing with the feds all along. So how you know is if anybody that's in the prison system, any member that was still around at that point, off the tears, homie. If they've been around, listen, listen, anybody that's been around since the 70s should be taken out. Anybody that's been there since the 70s and 80s, matter of fact, if they ain't been there since the 2000s, I start gutting them. Is you got to consider the information that Renee's giving up. Renee's telling you what he knows. He's stupid. They're stupid. That's how I know for a fact that there's still a mole in there. Them dudes are being put in and out. Boxer should have never got out of prison. He's a rapist. Boxer is a murderer and a rapist. He should have never got out of prison. The murder part, cool. No, but he has a propensity for sexual violence. And he did it to males too. He should have never been released. The only way Boxer could have gotten released as he did is if there was something more to his testimony. Well, yeah, we know he's doing all that other shit, but nah. Nah. Them taking the stand shit ain't it. That dude had extra privileges in there that nobody had. He was getting contact with people that nobody knew. Nah, whatever, listen, you don't know what Boxer gave up. But I know for one thing, from what I've gathered about him right now, yeah, that's your only option with that shit. As far as the rest, nobody don't give a fuck. Streets run the streets, Tommy. That ain't gonna change for nobody. He was a plant, Mundo. Yeah, Mundo was a plant. Bro, listen, look at the time frames that Mundo went in and out. Bro, listen. Mundo went into the same year that my primo went in. My primo Ronnie went in the same year. My primo Ronnie went in there with his fucking primo Sailor Boy. I believe it's Sailor Boy. So I know a whole lot more about what people don't realize. Because El Gato got out in 1970. El Gato got out that year. He came off of death row that year. See, they don't even know the history. They don't know the real ones in that shit. I bet if Kilroy right now was alive, he'd know who he is because Gato knows him, knew him. Just like Cheyenne, just like fucking Peg Leg, just like all of them. So yeah, no, that clique's been infiltrated since MK Ultra, since the 70s. You got to get rid of everybody who was around then. They like them old heads. They still, man, bro, how you gonna let a motherfucker that old still dictate your program? For you fools are stupid. You fools are weak. I'm just keeping it 100 with you, dog. You gonna let a motherfucker stand on this pedestal that long? You gonna take orders from motherfuckers and let them stand on their pedestals that long? You stupid. Bro, why you think this shit crumbles so fast out here? They have to have federal protection. The feds try to do that out here, it ain't gonna work. Not when it's always been ran through my hood and I close the doors, we close the doors on them. Yup, and then they got one prison yard and 5 members strung out. One of the feds, some shit. I don't know. Ain't nobody trying to die over that shit. Hell no. Ain't nobody here trying to die for it. Everybody knows. Ain't nobody in the hood gonna fuck with you no more. No matter what neighborhood you're from, ain't nobody in the hood gonna fuck with you no more. You know what I mean? And you go try to push a line in the hood, you ain't gonna find you. That's it. There's no more, dog. No more, dude. That's cool. Rest in peace, Poor Little Lurker, homie. That shop talk is done, dog. We closed shop today on that shit. Pour out a little liquor. Go talk about it. Pour out a little liquor. Tell them they can meet me right here at Los Olivos Park. Pour out a little liquor for them. What happened? I told you, we put nails in coffins out here right now. I don't even feel like, see, I've been on what, 7-9 minutes? I don't even feel like stopping you. I'll give you some more, man. It's okay. It's gonna be all okay. Pretty Bob, I mean, someone said when you and him were on live, he said he was locked up. Wait, hold on. Let me, let me go post right here. I'm gonna stop with these comments. Let me take a break. Let me take a break, sit down, and so I don't know how much mile. Let me check right now. I'm pushing 3 miles already. I'm actually doing over 5 miles. My fitness app was 4.5, and I'm gonna move that up. I'm gonna move it up to 6. See, I did 10 yesterday. So yeah, I'm getting while the getting is good, especially while this weather's like this. I'm putting my back to the street too. Hey, remember I got shot at the back of my head? I talk about it like it's cool and shit, huh? Like it was nothing. Is that how I sound, like getting shot at the back of my head, like somebody driving by like that's cool? Hey, it's the thing to do, huh? Like it just happens to everybody and shit. How many times have you seen that with any of these YouTubers acting tough? All their tough talk. Like how many of them have you seen that? Like they out there, they taking shots for real. You know what I mean? Like they earned the, you know what I mean, to come just chill back right here, park bench like this, live on location. Conejitos on corner. Let me go on these comments. I'll go back. Make sure I get everybody who's on there. Call the backup. Hold on. You're right. I don't have any faith because I'm an atheist, but I do have my degree in philosophy. I listen. Hold on. We're back at you again. What did I just say about every professor in the world? Philosopher. Your degree don't mean nothing to me. I just told you I have a mathematical formula to prove God's in me, stupid. What is philosophy? I can prove deja vu. I can prove and a solution. So what degree do you have? You obviously don't have a doctorate degree, stupid. What, an associate's in philosophy? You think you could talk about what? I just made you look stupid really fast, like really, really fast. Because like I said, you didn't hear me the first time, pendeja, which goes to show, like, I can tell what degree you have. Listen, I pointed out your fucking degree, where you're at, based on your stupidity. Because if you knew any better, I just told you. I have a mathematical fucking formula, a biological fucking formula, mathematical, with a solution, which means I can present a dissertation. Duh. You want me to present it in philosophy first? Stupid. I'll present my dissertation in philosophy. So I have a doctor's degree now in philosophy. What are you talking about? Your associates? Barely, maybe? You got 2 fucking years in philosophy. Maybe fucking 4 years at most. It shows by what you're talking about. You're barely college on this shit. You might not listen, you say you have a degree, but just based on your stupidity, you can't. Oh my God. You see, another one bites the dust. I said I have proof. Why didn't you ask for the proof instead of about yourself again, huh? Your credentials, I just pissed and shitted on your credentials. How does my piss and shit taste in your mouth right now? Philosopher? Huh? Tell Pluto that too. And Aristotle and all of them. Tell every last one of them homosexuals I said the same thing. Atheist dick sucker. Now what? Because I have a mathematical formula in philosophy too to prove there's a God. So go kill yourself now. Live on location. You know, I mean, like take a bath, wash yourself of your sins. You know, die today of your ignorance. Because you're ignorant. You're just banging your head against the wall. You're going nowhere fast. You don't know a fucking thing about life. All you're doing is kidding yourself into disbelieving more. The more you sit there and rationalize your ignorance, the more you fall down a rabbit hole, stupid. Psychology of cultural recurrence. Now look up psychology, look up cultural, look up recurrence. That's all you got to do, philosopher. If you really like have any sense, but you don't. I know you don't. Donald Loco, what's it do? What it do? What it do? What it do, brother man? What's cracking? See, that's the thing. I'm gonna tell you something about every philosopher. I would never listen to a philosopher ever again, dude. Those are your conspiracy theories. That's where all conspiracy theories come from. They're the most deluded people on earth. They're the most, listen, they're the most inconsequential. Listen, the number of atheists in this world, we can put them on one plane, no one will miss them. The number of them in this world population, they're that insignificant, dog. No one will miss them. No one will ever know that there was ever an atheist. None of us would ever know. They disbelieve themselves. That's what philosophy is. It's a questioning of everything. Now, how are you going to come to a solution? So what's your solution? You haven't found God yet? You actually reversed yourself in course? So you found what? What is atheism? What are you here for? You don't have a purpose. You are totally disconnected from a divine order. You're not reasonable. You're not rational. You're illogical. I know how you think. You just proved it. You really proved the point without even realizing it. What's significant? Listen, philosopher, what does your life matter? What's your purpose? To tell me that there's no reason to be here? Then what are you doing in this world? Haven't you realized it for yourself? There's no God. There's a cliff then. You came to the end of the cliff. Fly, baby, fly. There's no God. It doesn't matter. What are you still here for? You can't give us nothing. You have absolutely nothing good to offer anyone in this world. There's no good in you. What's your philosophy? My philosophy leads to the law of Moses. It leads to repentance. It leads to the fact that there's a God in us, in all of us. Just like there's a devil that'll delude you into believing there's not one. How do you come to such illogical conclusion? How does philosophy lead you to believe that you're not important? Do you not realize that philosophy led you to an illogical conclusion? You have no purpose now anymore in life. You've reasoned that there's no God, so there's no reason to be here in this world. There's not. You have no purpose to sit there and debate about what? That there's no God? Okay, get out of here then. Because there's over 8 billion of us that believe that there is, one form or another. So what? We got to all leave so you can be here and disbelieve that there's no God? Or should the 8 billion of us stay and the 1 million of you go? Because you've come to an illogical conclusion in life. You've come to an illogical conclusion that there's no God. So there's no significance to your life. You cannot give me nothing. What? You're a philosopher. You're doing what I'm doing, sitting on a park bench debating, and you lost. Your whole atheist argument just got dissolved in itself. No atheist on earth can... Dude, you have no purpose. Go, bye. Nobody wants to argue with you. We don't care. Go, bye, there, you win. Zip it. Because there's no way in the world you're going to convince the rest of us otherwise. Because the rest of us are driven by something greater than ourselves. Because you know what? We look to the community and we feel that we can do better for them ourselves. But you, what good do you have to offer the community? To argue with us about what? You presuppose that you knew something that you don't? That's all that happened. Once again, you came back with the same stupid ass argument. Triggered. Thinking that you did what? You accomplished what? Got yourself buried in your own ignorance because what? You opened your mouth again. Now I'm going to keep going back to the illogical conclusion that you came to. If there's no God, why are you here? Philosopher? Explain to me your reason for being. You just lost a fucking debate, atheist. Every atheist on earth just lost a debate. You have no substantive value in life. You're going to sit on a park bench and try to prove to us that there's not a God. Okay, there's not. Get out of here now. Problem solved. What importance is there to your life? I could just keep going on and on and on and on and on and on about you. And it boils down to the same fucking fact that without a higher power, a higher purpose in life, you have no importance because you're only thinking about you in the instance. You're not thinking about others. You don't give a fuck about us. There's no God to you. So what value are you? What importance? Who cares about your degree now? If there is no God, what are you doing here? There's no value. I'm telling you, you don't have no value. You don't have no value to no one that will ever watch me. None. People are here for the faith, the hope. And the devil and you really thought that you done something? No, listen. Anybody from this point on want an argument with every atheist. The atheist argument's been dissolved for this stupid person, thinking they were so smart. And the irony is that the Platos of the world don't realize that they just got crushed too because of somebody that nobody knows. Nobody will ever know who that person is. They're so significant. But the more I do this, guess what? The more people know me though, right? Right. And the more people like Alexander and everybody that are inspired and see the courage and the strength and the endurance and to see the heartbreak and everything that I confess and everything that I profess and everything that I project and everything that's true, you can't prove that nothing you're saying is true. I have anecdotal evidence. Do you know what anecdotal evidence is, atheist? Since we know you don't have any value to your life, you don't have no reason for being. You have no higher power, no higher order to your existence. You cannot have a higher order or higher purpose to your life if you don't believe there's a God, someone beyond yourself. And all you're doing is arguing with men. The atheist argument that's it. There's no atheist. If there's no God, then go away. We don't want to argue with you. So you're left, and every atheist is left arguing with themselves. And we know where they're going to fall off into that cliff in philosophy. They're going to reason themselves over a fucking cliff. They're not going to find the truth in it. When you've resolved yourself and dissolved yourself down in being, because that's what you did in scope to yourself. When you reduce yourself down to there no being, no higher power, no higher order, no divinity to your days in life, then you're done. We can't count on you for nothing in life but to sit at a fucking park bench, play fucking chess, play fucking checkers, and try to debate people with silly ass questions of genealogy and all this other shit. The apostle spoke about stupid people like you. There goes philosophy. One man crushes the mountain. One man walking right now, crushing mountains. Theology, astrology, and one live stream. Where you gonna get that value and content wise on any channel? You go find me any content, any one piece of content on all of YouTube that actually touched on as much as I did right now. You won't find not one video, not one live stream that has more substantive value than this one on all of YouTube. That's a fact. There's no one live stream that you're gonna hear that's gonna touch on as much important and that deep issues in life. None. Think about how many topics we touched on in this live stream right now, because it's about to be done. How many different subject matters at a college level, at a doctorate level did we discuss today? Shout out to my moderators first and foremost for keeping the chat going. I appreciate the love and support because I get a lot of love and support from my mods in other ways because we're in contact. So I'm grateful to God and know that my heart, my hope, and my prayer for you is that the good that you want, like I say, that's what the blessings that you don't listen. I don't listen. You hold that in your heart between you and God. I don't ever need to know that. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same way. It's like I said, like I was telling Joe before I came out, I was gonna shout him out for the blessing, but I was just gonna, cause he got me this the first blessing he gave me. That ain't this is the first blessing. I'm grateful to God, bro. I you know what I mean? Like I get Joe knows. And I don't mind. Listen, I'm in motion, dude. I don't never know. I'll sit here and not tell you that it's gonna be like this the next time. But the only thing I can guarantee is that mine is something actually happening and me being taken away from having to come out here in the cut. This is God got me right here, bro. This is what God's got me doing, bro. On God. At some point, we'll listen. At some point, it's gonna get better because, you know, I'm talking with my moderators about doing especially with these ones, doing a split screen so that they can be on there monitoring the comments and people can actually see those moderators that they're on that shit. You know what I mean? And we've already, like with one in particular, we've already spoke about, you know, how to function on it. You know what I mean? Because, you know, we're trying to build a stream here for everybody. If you have a YouTube channel, bro, like this to all of us that ain't got it. You know, all them dudes are big. They're A-list celebrities on YouTube now, and that whole shit. We not, none of us. If you fuck with me, we gonna get there though. They're listen. I got some tapped in right now. They got you know, they got them numbers up there. I got something to fuck with me like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I got some that are pushing up and shit that I got some that are pushing up that I had static with. And homie knows, I ain't even gonna say it's a homie from LA. I asked him a question one time. You know what I mean? And you know, so for everybody, like I come in peace, homie. Hey, listen, dog, you want me to get on? You just want to get on, talk some shit, clown. You feel you can get you some content out? I'll come on, dog. Or if you want to, you know, listen, bro, if you want me to come on and you check me, homie, you want that opportunity for all the homies right now, dog. You want the opportunity to check me to my face, homie, say what you feel, and I'm just going to eat it, dog. I'm a dead ass just going to eat it, homie. However it comes out. I just dead ass eat it. And so long as you can get that off your chest and we can clown later after you get that off your chest, I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't want to talk about it no more, dog. So we could do that. Otherwise, you know, everybody's going to see what's rolling because more of their subscribers are going to come over here watching anyway, regardless. We all know how it's going to stream. It's not a secret. I'm just giving everybody the opportunity, like I said, because like those that, if you want to push towards monetization, you're not, or you know, you want to grow that opportunity, you know, we'll get an opportunity to come in and you know, people, you know, we do the split screens or whatever. We can do interviews like that, walking and talking, homie. You know what I mean? Listen, everybody knows where I'm gonna be at this time. You know what I mean? We just got to figure out a way to communicate, and you know what I mean, where we get links, and you know what I mean, because if you know, it would be better with people that like anybody that has a bigger audience to link through theirs. You know what I mean? So that they can benefit from it. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna get, of course. Listen, of course, I get a drag from the, you know what I mean? I get a drag off the fucking link. That's cool. You know what I mean? I get a drag off it. You know what I mean? Anybody that's, hey man, let me get that drag, bro. You already know, shit, motherfucker, take a drag, shit. Drag my ass. Let me get that push start. You know what I mean? I'll help you out. I'll push you up. Because everybody knows how I get down, dog. Like, I be on the fly. I can whip some shit. It don't matter. But like I said, you know, you want to get it off your chest, let it go. We can let it go. I ain't trying to fight, dog. I ain't trying to do none of that. I don't want nobody to get hurt. I don't want nobody to get hurt, bro. I don't want nobody to get hurt, bro. I don't want to, listen, this to all the homies. I don't want us dying, dog. I don't want us shooting each other. I don't want us doing dope. I don't want us doing that, dog. I want us doing like this. You know what I mean? Like, doing good, bro. Doing good. I'm good. I'm doing good for myself. Yeah, I don't have $1 billion. I'm not Jeff Bezos, dog. So everybody that has something that I don't is gonna feel like I could have what they have, but I'm cool with what I got. I'm blessed, dog. I don't need your suggestions like that. I'm cool with debating on the bench with a philosopher that thinks they got a degree, because that was comical to me. You know what I mean? And I know that everybody learned a lot from it. So I don't mind that. You know what I mean? I don't mind those disruptions. Not personally. I know that some people don't, you know what I mean, because they'd rather have it a certain way, but you got to consider where I am and what we're doing right now. I've been on 100 minutes. Man, I'm gone, man. I love everybody. I'm out this bitch. Yeah, keep me on it forever, bro. I'm out.